Okay, let's talk about how to think positively without gaslighting yourself. So, does any of this sound familiar? Like you try to stay positive, you try to look on the bright side, but somewhere inside you, you feel like, you're just telling big fat lies to yourself. You tell yourself things like, well, it's fine, it's all good, even though deep down you know it's not fine. Or you tell yourself, like, just be grateful, even though you're hurting inside. And you end up wondering, like, how do I actually ever learn to be positive without pretending everything is okay when it's not? So if you've ever felt this weird tension about like wanting to be a more positive person or think more positively, but you also don't want to discount or ignore your real feelings, you're not broken. I feel like most people in this world weren't taught like how to, think positively in a healthy way. What we were taught instead is toxic positivity. Smile, like no matter how bad you feel, be strong, stay upbeat, don't make anyone else feel uncomfortable. My gosh, like don't show your negative emotions. And of course, like if you were taught this, toxic positivity, your brain is going to get confused because in these instances, positivity is going to start to feel fake. But there is a way to think positively without abandoning yourself in the process. And I want to show you how in this video. So, why and how does positive thinking become gaslighting in a way? Okay. It's when you are telling yourself everything great, when your brain knows it's not true. Okay. Knows that in this instant is not true. Or it feels like self gaslighting when you were conditioned to avoid negative feelings. If you were taught, don't cry, don't be too dramatic, just stay positive. And so you think in your head, oh, like I'm not allowed to feel negative emotions, which are totally normal and healthy, which we'll talk about more. Or if you're thinking that positivity is like a character trait, as opposed to just a perspective, and then you assume because you have negative thoughts that you are somehow a negative person. Okay, also not true. Normal humans experience both positive and negative emotions, and that is totally normal. Or if you try to confuse positivity with pretending, like you can trick your brain into like ignoring your pain instead of supporting yourself through it, okay, that's not going to work. Okay, so no wonder you feel like you're self gaslighting yourself if you are pretending when you are feeling negative emotions, or you're trying to almost like put wallpaper over a cracked wall. What I want you to understand is that real positive thinking is not about denying your pain or your obstacles or your challenges. It's about knowing that you can hold your pain and be hopeful at the same time. It's the and. It's not everything is perfect. It's this is hard and I can still choose thoughts that support me, okay, not punish me. And when I say it's a positive thought versus a negative thought, if a thought makes you feel good, okay, I consider it to be a positive one. If it makes you feel bad, it's a negative one. So let's just say if you're facing an obstacle, it exists. You're not trying to kid yourself, and you could hate that obstacle. You don't have to kid yourself. But if you tell yourself a thought like, well, I can handle this, that is a positive thought in a negative situation. Just simply because you've chosen to deem that situation to not be negative, to be negative. Positive, heavy positivity doesn't erase your reality. It's the words that you tell yourself that strengthen you when you're in that moment. Okay, so once you understand what healthy positive thinking really is, you're going to find a way to stop fighting your feelings, stop fighting your reality, and start working with it instead. Okay, so gaslighting, okay, or fake or positive thinking that I don't really think is positive is when you're telling yourself, well, it's not a big deal when you think it is, or other people have it worse, even though that might not be in any way helpful in the moment. Or when you're kid, I should be over it by now, or this isn't worth being upset about. Or just be positive, even though you're not feeling positive in that moment. Or don't even think about it, let it go. Okay, why this doesn't work is because your feelings don't disappear just because you chose to ignore them. They go underground, okay? And underground feelings always come back stronger. So gaslighting yourself is just emotional avoidance when you've like dressed it up with as optimism. And I feel like it hurts you more because you end up doubting your own emotional reality, like you're ignoring like what your true feelings are. Real positivity starts with I'm allowed to feel however I feel and it's okay. That's where truth begins. And so true positive thinking, as I alluded to, is honest and grounded and self-supportive. It sounds like this. This is hard and I'm doing my best. Or I can feel upset and I can still move forward. Or things can be tough and I can still improve. Or I'm allowed to have hope without denying my reality. Or I trust myself to get through this, whatever crappy moment that is. Can you notice the difference? Toxic positivity ignores your feelings. Healthy positivity includes them. Okay, healthy positivity isn't like this isn't happening. It's like this is happening. There's no denying it. And I am capable, I'm resourced, I'm not powerless. Okay, that's truth and empowerment mixed together. It's a perfect combination. And so I want you to know that you can think positively even in negative situations without faking it. Your life is always going to include messy, painful, frustrating moments. It doesn't mean that you can't think positively in those situations. It just means that the positivity needs to be grounded and anchored in reality, not fantasy, like not la la land. So, how do you think positively in tough moments? You acknowledge a truth. I'm overwhelmed. This sucks. This hurts. This is disappointing. And you name what's still possible. I can still take one step. It can suck and I can still take one small step. It can suck and I can still ask for support. It sucks, but I can still handle this moment. You choose a helpful thought, not a happy thought. What helps you? Helpful thoughts build strength. Happy thoughts often skip the steps that need to be done and let your body lead, like slow breathing, you ground yourself, you journal, you stretch, you calm your nervous system down. So the positive thinking actually sticks and you move slowly, not perfectly. Because you don't leap into like positivity. You just need the, shift 1 degree towards hope. This is not about like forcing sunshine into storms. It's about holding the umbrella and remind yourself the storm's not going to last forever. Okay, healthy positivity doesn't hide your feelings, it helps you carry them. And so you can consider that you can feel the truth and still choose hope. You don't have to gaslight yourself anymore. You can support yourself instead. Positivity is not about like pretending, it's about your perspective. And in those hard moments don't mean that you are failing. You get to choose thoughts that help you, not silence your truth. Because your feelings do deserve honesty, not just like they don't deserve to be dismissed. They deserve your honesty. And you can become a sort of person who stays kind to herself, even in difficult situations. And so this week, like whenever something goes wrong or you feel upset, just say the sentence out loud. Okay, this is how I feel. This is my truth. And I'm allowed to support myself through it. And then you choose a helpful thought that feels true. I can take this one moment at a time. I'm learning how to handle this. I don't need to have everything solved today. This interrupts like self-gaslighting and builds healthy positivity. Because, your ideal future self does not fake positivity. You want to be grounded and honest and emotionally mature and see life clearly, like both the beauty and the struggle, both are true. And you can still choose empowering thoughts even when there is struggle. Okay, you can trust yourself because you do not abandon your own feelings. You don't ignore your own feelings. Okay, this is the version of you that is building your life with every honest, hopeful thought. And if you want more support when it comes to building, a mindset that is working for you rather than against you, make sure to grab my free guide, which is 5 thought sheets that will help you get out of your own way. It's in the description below. But in a nutshell, positive thinking should not hurt, shouldn't silence you, it shouldn't make you feel like you're going crazy. You don't have to pretend everything is fine. You just need thoughts that lift you instead of dismissing you, in a nutshell. Because healthy positivity is honest, it's gentle, it's real, it's empowering. And once you learn how to use it, your world is going to feel so much lighter. Not because your life is perfect, it's never going to be perfect, by the way, but because you feel supported by yourself inside your own mind. And you deserve that. You are definitely capable of that. I hope these strategies have been helpful and I can't wait to see you in the next video.